You also have Zacoi on the Nash, Luna on the Teros, Pugsyxd on the Brawlhalla. Now, one thing, if you get let down by Ethan and Zacoi, I can at least be there with you in misery, because my cat just threw up, so I'm going to have to clean that up later.
I mean, so far, Apocalypse, not a bad pick by any means. We have a D-Light there coming out from Pugsyxd. Looking all right. Zacoi, honestly, looking pretty good as well. We haven't seen Nash in a minute. There was like a very brief period in the meta where like everyone was playing Nash and they thought he was busted. He got nerfed a little bit, but he's still really strong, so I'm happy to see someone playing him. Yeah,
you still see the occasional Nash pick, and every time, like, it makes moves. It makes waves in the bracket. It takes people out. I love a Nash pick. I especially love a Zacoi Nash. Everyone in the orange here, I believe Zacoi is now in the red. D-Light dare from Ethan. No follow-up. D-Light side air from Pugsyxd. Nice interrupt from Luna to not only save Pugsyxd, but get the KO on that as well. Good work as we get a full team wipe for Luna and Pugsyxd.
Yeah, so far so good. The Teros looking pretty decent here. Accidentally gets some friendly fire, but it's not going to be a big deal, or maybe it will be because now Ethan able to snag a KO and Zacoi able to pick one up as well. No, he had a jump and a dodge left. I think he left that edge guard a little bit premature. Did not seal the deal there, and now the stocks are tied.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they believed Luna was dead or whether they just wanted to completely focus on Pugsyxd, because we have seen teams go either way, and that's a conscious decision that they make. So we'll see how that plays out for them in the long run. Luna is extremely healthy on this, so that might have hurt him a little bit to not secure that KO there. Zacoi continuing to be the most damaged in the game. Nice follow-up. That's an orange KO. Luna perfectly placing that. That's like those Santi Snowies earlier, those Santi Snowy follow-ups that I was loving earlier, and this time it's a Teros, a side sig from a Teros, you're done.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which weapon he has in hand. Oh my god, speaking of side sigs, that's why Nash is so good, right? That hammer side sig comes out so fast, hits so hard, extremely potent, and we see Zacoi pick up a quick one with it.
Pugsyxd and Luna, we're getting close to each other on the wall. They were able to get back, but they immediately separate the red team, hitting Pugsyxd, who's in the red. That neutral sig missed. The ground pound came out from Pugsyxd. Got a nice hit on that. But Pugsyxd is like one hit, and there it is. The side air from Ethan.
You can see Luna just jumping around, throwing out those down airs to buy some time for Pugsyxd to get back. And now Pugsyxd with Finn the Human looking to get those big hits in, right? Very high force stat there. Should be able to get some quick KOs. Zacoi taking a lot of damage, though. Needs to be careful. The recovery's going to kill Ethan off the top. Wasn't expecting that. Almost another conversion. And Pugsyxd and Luna just completely convert that game into a victory in a matter of seconds.
Those double axes, once they got on the unified axe for that team, it's just so scary. You think about like how much work the spear would have to do to keep pace with those double axes. They were overlapping hitboxes really well. They were following up off one another. Like that recovery from Luna getting the KO off the top. That down sig was a little bit misplaced, but still was right there with the weapon toss to finish that up. So Luna and Pugsyxd are such a scary team right now. Their damage output, their KO potential is just so deadly.
And that's the thing for Ethan, too. Like, you have to be bummed out in that scenario. You were, like, light orange when that interaction started, and you're thinking, yeah, I can probably take a few more hits before I lose my stock. And then the next thing he knew, it was already gone. So definitely going to be kind of taking a closer look to ensure something like that doesn't happen again in the second game. First needs to find a weapon, though. He's having a tough time. Finally grabs a spear, but at this point, Zacoi's taking so much damage already.
Seeing Pugsyxd controlling the middle of the stage there, looking for the side signature on Zacoi. He does escape that one that could have led to his death. D-Light side air, even though he's in orange, that's going to send him off screen. You saw both red team members wanting to chase that one. Zacoi's definitely going to be a target here. That down air is going to finish it up. 2v1 situation here as Ethan gets back on the main platform. Nice D-sig. Oh, whiffs the double side air from Luna.
Oh, there we go. The ground pound to seal the deal. They try to get the double. Luna still hanging on here, but not for much longer. Stomp's here to send him to the other side. They're going to try to collapse on a Pugsyxd. They don't find anything, but Zacoi's still able to threaten, and the weapon spawned on the right side. So even though they didn't have anything, they had positioning there, and finally Luna gets that pickup.
They got the nice 2v1 combo even though Luna was unarmed. That side sig from Ethan. See how much they can convert this. Nice. That went from basically white, or a little bit past white, all the way through to orange. So good damage output. That neutral sig is going to turn Zacoi orange. I think Ethan is in not a bad spot here. It's going to take a little bit, or at least like a good juicy hit, like a side sig, maybe a neutral sig from Pugsyxd. It's going to take something serious to knock him out here.
So far, I mean, not looking bad at all. Luna finally stomps Sayer. That's going to be a KO from both members of their respective teams on opposite sides of the stage there. So honestly, not that bad. But then you look at the stock count and you're like, Ethan still has 3.
Yeah, Ethan's crushing it this game. His follow-ups, his going back and forth, his target swapping between Luna and Pugsyxd. Like, he got the KO on Pugsyxd on the left, and then threw the weapon at Luna. The neutral sig came out to punish the approach from Luna, but Ethan wasn't anywhere near him. He used the safe option. Nice down signature there. Oof. The sigs from Ethan this game, he's going off.
Yeah, Ethan is looking great right now. I mean, at this point, you know, Pugsyxd's trying to hang on for as long as possible. If they can collapse on Zacoi right now, they might still have a chance, but first they have to do it. And that D-Light Sarah was a great start, but you saw an immediate punish from Ethan, recognizing exactly what the red team wanted there and capitalizing.
Luna here in the 1v2. It's going to be very tough, even if it was just the 1v1 against Ethan, who's been dominating this game.
Oh, yeah. Make it nice and easy, right? The Hattori down sig so big that you just kind of say, all right, even though this move doesn't have like the craziest amount of force, I'm securing this team combo right here, and especially with the amount of damage that Luna had racked up at that point, that was all but for sure the play to make.
Nice down sig from Ethan. You're just going to see a bunch of Ethan KOs here. He picked up 5. He also did 596 damage that game. So the most damage in the game, the most KOs in the game. Good follow-up here. Made sure he hit the down signature instead of like a D-Light side air to avoid that DI option that could have been coming out. So good choices from Ethan and Zacoi. Ethan really went crazy that game. We're going same map. Luna and Pugsyxd hoping they can control space a little bit more with those double axes.
So far, we shall see. I mean, did a decent job in that first game. Oh, Pugsyxd. See, man, Ethan is so good at punishing Pugsyxd every single time he gets an inch, right? Like, he makes sure that he never takes a mile. You hit my teammate, I'm gonna hit you right back. But Luna just Taros, man.
Bro, he hit him with the Taros. They're just straight up classic Taros.
And it's like, well, sometimes it is what it be, what it do. You know, it is just tough sometimes.
Man, that recovery almost took Pugsyxd off the top.
Wow. You just bounced off the backboard and went to the move, yo.
Ethan's D-Light in-sync conversions are amazing. He grabbed one last game to take out Pugsyxd. He grabbed one this game and even had the follow-up from Zacoi. I think the regular D-Light in-sync, nice follow-up there from Pugsyxd, but the regular D-Light in-sync probably would have bounced off the stage and not led to a KO. See if Pugsyxd can confirm this one. Zacoi is there to save him. Ethan is going to make it back to the main platform and grabs a weapon. He is extremely damaged. He actually might be the first one on his final stock. That's extremely likely. He's going to have to be careful, but also he can't take himself out of the game or Zacoi's just going to take punishment after punishment.
And it's crazy how different these games can be, right? In the last game, we saw Ethan being essentially the stock tank, was sitting on 3 for a while. This time around being the first one down in their final stock. But, you know, it goes to show that, like, the switch really can turn at a moment. I don't think Zacoi has a lot here. He needs to save. And there it is. Ethan gets to do it pretty easily. It only takes like 1 hit for that, so that's pretty good.
He's continuing to take more damage, though. At least that side air is going to separate the team, but Luna's right behind him. Gets the KO, and this is actually not looking good for the blue team now. After how dominant last game was, after how Ethan was so good at not taking damage.
Yeah, it's looking tough. I mean, right here, Pugsyxd going crazy on the right side. Luna was getting kind of something going on the other side as well. And Ethan swinging a miss, though. That's going to be a beautiful conversion right there. And Luna and Pugsyxd just looking to close it out with the side sig. That's a way to send a message. And Ethan and Zacoi lose that third game in convincing fashion. 577 damage from Luna there. That was tough. Ethan only did 215. Completely different Ethan than the one we saw in the last game.
And even though Zacoi's number isn't bad, it's a 372. You even compare that to Pugsyxd's, and Pugsyxd's was still higher, and he picked up 2 KOs, but a lot of that game was on the back of Luna, doing so much damage that game, picking up 4 KOs as well. So great adaptation, great response from Luna and Pugsyxd. There you're seeing the numbers in front of you. He threw out 6 signatures and hit half of them, and he's Taros.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, man. You want the stat for Taros landing 6 to be 0 always, you know? Of course you want that against any character, but specifically Taros, because you know just how game-changing those SIGs can be. Whether it's the side SIG, neutral SIG, down SIG, all of them are potent. Oh, they're coming for me again. Oh, no, not again. Not again.
They're sounding that horn as well. They should be coming for Ethan, though. After that game where he threw out only 28 light attack moves, and he hit 0.36% of them. I could have those numbers backwards in my brain, but the multiplication of those is he only hit 10 light attack moves that entire game. That's why his damage was so low. That's why his impact that game was so low.
Zacoi was able to find a kind of a cheeky one there. Just held that ground pound all the way down, managed to clip out the recovery of Luna and pick up an early KO. So you know, Ethan Zacoi must be feeling pretty good about that. But Luna just says, you know what, I'll respond with a ground pound of my own, and that's one way to bring things back. Oh my God, you got spooked. He got spooked. You got spooked. You saw the ground pound. He was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And he fast fell, and he was like, please stop holding the ground pound so I can drift to the left. And he just did it, and he was like, oh, okay. And he was too far away.
This has been the game of early knockouts so far. First the one on Luna, then the one on Zacoi, then the one on Ethan. And Pugsyxd, despite having one of the lower defenses in this game, is going to be the only one on his first stock. Sitting in a really good spot. Now putting some work onto Ethan on the right. Rotates back to the middle, focusing on Zacoi. Luna is in the red. Does have to actually be really careful here. Even though Luna, Zacoi, and Ethan are in their second stock, the damage difference is huge. Luna very red. Zacoi in the yellow, Ethan barely in the orange.
Oh, and then accidental friendly fire there. Luna getting a little bit too close to the sword end line from Pugsyxd. But Luna just trying to hang on here, right? Pugsyxd with 3 stocks. Luna, whoa, big swing there. It's going to be a miss, and thankfully that's exactly what the blue team wants, because that would KO either of them right now, probably, even though they're just in light orange. But that's the power of Taros for you, right? You hit you with that SIG in the right part of the screen, and you're just gone.
That is true. Like, every damage amount that you see on the opponent of a Taros is actually one more. So if they're yellow, they're actually orange. If they're orange, they're red. If they're red, like, you look
red,
at
they're
them
dead,
as
you know?
they're done, dude.
There's nothing you can do, and that's what makes it so tough. I mean, Ethan and Zacoi, keeping it even barely, though. Zacoi needs to hang on just a little bit longer, see if they can rack up some damage, and unfortunately, Zacoi won't be able to hang with the boys this time around. Final stocks, Ethan biding some time in the corner, saying, I'm away from my teammate, we can bring this back. Definitely still in the realm of possibility, but you have to remember that Luna and Pugsyxd are up 2-1 here, so Ethan and Zacoi, they have to clutch now.
Zacoi actually pulled out of the ground pound that was on the right side, and I don't think Pugsyxd had a dodge off of cooldown just yet. So that could have actually been a KO on the second stock. Oh. It would have been 1 stock apiece for everybody. Blue team chasing in the air. Pugsyxd might take out Zacoi here. He's going to have some movement, especially with the unarmed down air. Just barely getting in. Pugsyxd with a very close to hit.
Yeah, Pugsyxd was fishing for something there. He was so close, couldn't find the hit. But I mean, at this point, like, this is going to be incredibly close. If you can get 1 clean hit on Luna, you have the scenario to set yourself up for a win. Oh, what a dodge! Oh, and Zacoi goes for it all with the unarmed, and he goes for a ground pound against a hammer recovery. How do you have the balls to do that?
Zacoi is an absolute madman. Knew he needed the big play there, and they're actually, even with that happening, they're still in a really rough spot. Pugsyxd's going to fall here. That down air from Ethan was surely going to be the KO move. But Pugsyxd is spawning in fresh, and it's not going to take much to knock out Ethan or Zacoi.
And yeah, I knew this should be a pretty easy team combo. We've seen the Hattori Spear team combo happen quite a bit here if they're able to find the opening. But Pugsyxd playing the corner, if he's never in between the both of them, how can they get a full 0-to-death combo? And I think that's the right way to play it. He's 2 Sares away from winning this game. That's 1. Neutral light.
Man, that neutral light from the middle of the stage, that even sent Zacoi off screen. Pugsyxd sent up for the edge guard. The dodge gets through the dare. Both of them splitting up. Zacoi getting back on the platform, looking for the hammer side air. Recovery off the top, and Pugsyxd cleans that one up. Very strong showing from Pugsyxd. This time, big 563 damage and 5 KOs.
And you have to give credit to Zacoi for that ground pound, right? Like, that was the game maker right there. Even though they didn't end up winning, right? Just having that 2v1 scenario, giving themselves that chance. It was a make or break, but luckily, for Pugsyxd, And Luna, they got enough damage before that scenario happened where it was like, all right, even though it's a 2v1, I'm coming into a scenario where I just have to hit the both of them once each, and it worked out.
And even if you look at the numbers from Zacoi and Ethan, like they're not bad. It's 490 damage from each.